morning and welcome to the Shipkey Gymnasium and tonight's game between the Sheehan Titans and the Lyman Hall Trojans. High school hoops right here. Sullivan101.com. John Sullivan joined by Ed McCarver. Eddie, we have the crosstown rivalry tonight. Both teams 5-2.
And there is definitely electricity in the air. The first of two meetings between the visiting Sheehan Titans down here at the Shipkey Gymnasium and the home team Lyman Hall Trojans. You see Lyman Hall already taken to the court in their home white uniforms. Sheehan in their away dark uniforms. We're ready for the first 8 minutes of basketball here, John.
All right, for Sheehan, Matt Thurston, Matt Pascuzzo, John Songer, Brett Biestick, and Phil Gaetano. For the Trojans, Dan Weidman, Dave Dempsey, Mike McCarthy, Jefferson Laura, and Jimmy Eco. It'll be Laura and Songer jumping it up at center court. Our referees tonight, Steve Kirk and Charlie Rome. And there's the toss. And the Titans will control. Biestick with the ball, right side Gaetano. Gaetano. Back out it goes, Pascuzzo. Pascuzzo in the paint. Off to Thurston. Now Gaetano. Man-to-man defense by the Trojans. Pascuzzo penetrates, dishes it off. Top of the key, this is Biestick. Looks for help. Left side, Gaetano now out to Thurston. He'll set it up again. Pascuzzo covered by Economopoulos. We are in the first quarter. Now Thurston looks inside to Biestick, covered by Laura. Up, blocked by Laura. Biestick with the rebound, puts it back up, no good. Laura gets the rebound for the Trojans, and they'll bring it up.
Jefferson Laura showing his 6'7" presence early in this contest.
Zach Russo double team, gets it off to Eco. Eco right side, looks for help now. Outside it goes. Russo makes the move in the paint. Jumper up, no good. Weidman, Eco three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound up and good by Dave Dempsey.
Dave Dempsey in the perfect place for that rebound and putback for the first points of this contest.
Pascuzzo with the ball off to Gaetano. Thurston looks, doesn't take the shot, back to Pascuzzo. Trying to penetrate up the middle. Now Gaetano works against Dempsey. Looking for a pick from Biestick, he gets it. And now Gaetano off to Pascuzzo. Pascuzzo brings it back around in the paint. Jumper from the line, up, and no good. Laura with the rebound for the Trojans, and Russo will bring it up. Russo covered by Pascuzzo. Man-to-man defense by the Titans. A little bit of a height disadvantage, and there's a jumper, and off the bank goes Dave Dempsey, and he's got 4 points. It's a 4-0 lead for the Trojans.
He had John Songer all over him too, but able to get the shot in.
Gaetano, top of the key, works against Laura, who's come out to cover him. Biestick inside, and he'll lose the handle, and it'll be a Trojan ball.
Biestick tried to bounce pass it to Pascuzzo, but was unsuccessful on the play, and Lyman Hall already with a 4-0 lead, 5:55 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, the Titans had a mismatch underneath. They could not get it as Laura came up to cover, and now we'll have the official check the ball. And it looks like this is one of the first times I'll see a ball exchanged out. Hey, you're watching High School Hoops right here on Sullivan101.com. We got a doubleheader for you tonight. The Sheehan Titans are at the Shipkey Gymnasium to take on the Lyman Hall Trojans. Ed, both teams 5-2 overall, but the Titans in the Housatonic Conference 4-1.
Yeah, and Lyman Hall actually leading the division 2-1. Sheehan 1-1 on this. On this very young season.
I got my stats from the McCarver Stat Institute.
All right.
So I'll have to take that up with them, I guess.
All right.
All right. Dempsey will inbound for the Trojans. 5:52 to go, first quarter action. 4-zip in favor of the Trojans as Marty Russo, the assistant coach for the Trojans, tries to find us a ball that bounces. And we've got one. Good job by Marty. You know, the Trojans are coached by Mike Connor, assisted by Marty Russo and Neil English, as well as Rob Rise on the bench. Now Russo works against Pascuzzo. Gets it over to Eco. Down it goes. Jumper Weidman off the mark. Rebounded by Dempsey. And now Phil Gaetano gets the ball, and we've got a whistle, and we'll have our first foul of the game. And they're going to charge that to Dan Weidman. That's Danny's first foul, first team foul. And the Titans will inbound in front of their bench. Pascuzzo brings it up. Gaetano, three-pointer up. no good. Rebounded by Beestick. Pascuzzo to Gaetano. Jumper by Thurston, off the mark. Rebounded by Laura.
And Jefferson Laura soared to get that rebound, John.
This is Eco, works the left side. Looks for help, gets it out to Zach Russo. Russo returning from an ACL injury from last year, thank you. Dempster could not get it. Dempsey, could not get it to go. And Gaetano will bring it down. Inside it goes, and we're going to have a foul. That'll be our first shooting foul as Weidman ties up Pascuzzo, and that's going to be Weidman's second personal foul, Ed.
And you saw that look on number 12, Danny Weidman, as he turned to referee Steve Kirk on that foul. As you mentioned very quickly, his second foul here still early in the first quarter.
4-zip, Trojans in the lead with 5:01 left in the first quarter. Pascuzzo at the line, he'll shoot 2. Pascuzzo hits the first substitution now.
Lyman Hall currently, John, on a 2-game winning streak, having defeated Law of Milford 85-54 in a division contest against Shelton 84-45 in their last outing.
Pascuzzo misses the second. Sillo comes in, and Weidman sits down with 2 personal fouls. This is Eco, works against Gaetano. Right side, looks for some help. Off to Dempsey. Inside, Zach Russo. Turnaround jumper off the glass, no good. And we've got a foul underneath. And that's going to be called against Jefferson Laura. A push underneath. And that's the first personal for Jefferson. That's the 3rd team foul for the Trojans. Up they come, Pascuzzo, as the Trojans fall back on the defense, still in a man-to-man. Thurston, Pascuzzo works against Eco. Beestick back to Pascuzzo. Pascuzzo gets the pick, nothing there, off to Phil Gaetano. Gaetano jumper off the mark, no good. Laura gets the rebound, and outlet to Dempsey. Dempsey cross court, Eco, 3-pointer up and good! Jimmy Eco!
Well, he found the opening and managed to drain that 3-pointer, the first 3-pointer of the contest for Lyman Hall.
7-1, Trojans in the lead, 4:06 left. Thurston, Pascuzzo. We're at the Shipke Gymnasium. We've got a packed house here for this crosstown rivalry. First one of the season. Pascuzzo in the paint, off to Thurston, baseline, back outside, Beestick jumper up, off the mark. And it appeared that Songer was on the baseline, and they're going to award the ball to the Trojans.
Yeah, John Songer, number 4, only a sophomore for Sheehan, going for that rebound, was out of bounds, and Lyman Hall will get possession as number 12 freshman John Papali comes into the lineup for the Sheehan Titans.
Russo brings it up, works against Pascuzzo. 3:35 left, first quarter, 7-1, Trojans in the lead. This is Eco. Laura over to Russo, left side, inside, Dempsey, good. Dempsey with 6 points in the game, 9-1, as Pascuzzo brings it up for the Titans. Pascuzzo off to Gaetano, gets the pick, Beestick, pick and roll, looks for Thurston, nobody home. Papali tries to make the save, can't get it. It'll be a Trojan ball.
That might have been one pass too many by Brett Beestick, as he appeared to have a good look at the basket, but instead chose to pass it, and it may have surprised his Sheehan teammates.
Mike McCarthy checks in for the Trojans. Eco checks out. Checking in for the Titans is Justin Kuntz. Checking out is Matt Pascuzzo. So Zach Russo will bring it up cross half court. He'll be covered by Justin Kuntz. Inside to Laura, jumper up, off the mark. Thurston with the rebound, Kuntz up to Gaetano, outlet. Gaetano cross court, Papali, jumper up, no good. Rebounded by McCarthy. Laura, and here come the Trojans. Russo with the layup, can't get it. Tipped away by Beestick. Laura had a bunny, tipped away. Justin Kuntz off the glass, can't get it to go. Beestick tapped it, and it goes out of bounds on Papali, and the Trojans will inbound.
Nice move by Brett Beestick to initially steal that ball from Jefferson Laura, and I'm sure Number 45, Jefferson Laura for Lyman Hall. Number 54, Brett Biestek. Both only sophomores will be seeing a lot of each other during their high school basketball career.
9-1, Trojans in the lead. In the game now is Matt Landry for the Trojans, number 22. Laura, top of the key, McCarthy trying to get it inside to Russo. Russo went up for the shot. It was partially blocked, but McCarthy comes down with it. There's a jumper from the corner by Landry. It's good. Three-pointer, and it's a 12-1 Trojan lead.
Matt Landry is the three-point leader of the Lyman Hall Trojans. That was his 10th of the season.
Gaetano goes up, and we're going to have a player control foul called against Phil Gaetano. That is Phil's first personal, first team foul. And Pascuzzo gets set to check back in for the Titans. He does. Stepping out will be Matt Thurston. Laura checks out for the Trojans. Eco back in the game. McCarthy will inbound. 1:51 left to go, first quarter. Trojans up 12-1. Zach Russo brings it up for the Trojans, covered by Justin Coons. Crosses half court. In the paint, jumper up by Russo, no good. Coons gets the rebound. Outlet to Gaetano, right side. Gaetano in the paint, tries to get it off the B-stick. It'll be tipped out by Russo, and a Titan ball.
The taller Lyman Hall Trojans able to deflect the ball whenever Sheehan tries that inside pass.
Silo checks in. Checking out is Zach Russo for the Trojans. Gaetano will inbound. 1:33 left, first quarter. Justin Coons, Pascuzzo. Smaller lineup in there for the Titans right now with Thurston out. Inside, Coons three-pointer up and good! And Coons cuts it to 8, 12-4 now. Trojans in the lead. Eco gets it inside. Dempsey finds the handle, and it's tipped away, and we're going to have a foul called, and that'll be charged to Brett Biestek.
Well, that ball was loose for just a little bit in there as number 13, Dempsey for Lyman Hall, and number 54, Biestek for Sheehan tried to get it, and the referee called the foul on number 54, Brett Biestek, his first personal.
And they had two shots. Now I'm wondering what it is. It didn't appear Silo was a shooter, but excuse me, Dempsey, but they are going to allow Dempsey to go to line to shoot too. And Joe Gaetano's not happy about that. Dempsey hits the first. Dempsey with 7 points in the game for the Trojans. And he hits the second, so Dempsey perfect tonight. He's got 8 points for the Trojans here in the first quarter. Pascuzzo brings it up for the Titans. Pascuzzo in the paint, now dishes it off. There's a jumper up and no good by Papali. Silo brings it down, outlet to McCarthy. Jumper by Landry, that's off the mark. And we're gonna have a foul called. I believe that's gonna be on McCarthy.
Yeah, number 25, Mike McCarthy for the Lyman Hall Trojans call for that foul. And I think he knew it when the referee blew the whistle as he and Brett Biestek were fighting for that rebound.
That is the first personal for McCarthy, fourth team foul for the Trojans. Just under a minute to go here in the first quarter. It's a 14-4 lead for the Lyman Hall Trojans. You're watching Sullivan1on1.com High School Hoops. And now a little weave being worked. Pascuzzo in the paint. And we're going to have a foul called. And that is going to be charged to Tom Silo. That's his first, fifth team foul for the Trojans. And Pascuzzo will inbound it for the Titans.
And Lyman Hall head coach Mike Connor not pleased with that call on young Tommy Silo.
Biestek checks out. Thurston checks back in for the Titans. Pascuzzo, 5 seconds to get it in. Thurston, jumper up, just off the mark. Rebounded, up and good. And that is number 4, Songer. 14-6 now with under 30 seconds to go. Johnny Songer with the rebound and the bucket for the Titans. Dempsey trying to let the clock roll for that last shot. Eco being pressured by Pascuzzo. Now gets the pick from McCarthy. Works the right side. Three-pointer up. Cannot get it to go, but rebound right there by McCarthy. Misses the shot. And that'll be out of bounds on Songer. McCarthy wide open, and he couldn't get it to roll in.
Yeah, it's just one of those shots that flirted with going in, but would not go down. But Lyman Hall retains possession with 2 seconds left in the opening quarter.
Silo will inbound. It's got to be a quick touch. Eco puts it up. Did he get it? Oh, he almost got it to go. Nice try by Jimmy Economopoulos. And we will go to the second quarter with your score. The Trojans 14, the Titans 6. Well, welcome back to the Shipke Gymnasium, home of the Lyman Hall Trojans. John Sullivan, Ed McCarver, Bud Basoli, SullivanOneOnOne.com, bringing you all the action on demand. It's a 14-6 Trojan lead, and we are set to begin the second quarter of this game. All Trojans so far, Ed.
Sheehan was a little bit cold with their shooting, and combine that with the fact that the Lyman Hall Trojans excellent defensive rebounds. It was a good first quarter for Coach Mike Connor's club.
The Trojans will inbound on the alternate possession. 5 team fouls for the Trojans, 2 for the Titans. Dempsey inbounds it. This is Russo working against Pascuzzo. Left side, Eco. Dempsey, Weidman, inside to Laura. Up, no good. Rebounded by Beestick. Gaetano can't save it as Beestick threw it. Beestick thought he was pushed by Laura, but he did not get the call from our official, Charlie Rome. So the Trojans will inbound. Russo will bring it in, gets it to Eco, to Laura. Dempsey fires it up, no good. Russo with the rebound, looks for help, out to Eco. Eco inside to Weidman. Weidman jumper, good. You gotta like Dan Weidman. He's got a beautiful jump shot when he's open.
When he has the opening, that 12 to 15 footer, he takes advantage of it.
Thurston for 3 off the mark. And that's going to be a Trojan ball, as they say it went out on Beestick. 16-6, 10-point lead for the Trojans. Up they come. This is Weidman. Gets it to Eco. Weidman gets the pick from Dempsey. Tries to work the right side. He'll get the jumper. That's off the mark as the defender slipped. Pascuzzo up quickly. Songer, good basket. Nice pass. Songer has 4.
Pascuzzo, the junior, to the sophomore Songer on that basket.
Eco brings it across half court. Dempsey, quick jumper, no good. And now the Trojans are cold as the Titans bring it up. This is Pascuzzo up off the glass, can't get it to go. No foul called as Laura gets the rebound. This is Russo, out to Weidman. Weidman jumper, no good. And now Weidman normally hits that shot. The last 2 times down he's missed it. As Gaetano drives and he'll be fouled.
And John, you could feel the Sheehan Titans just picking up the intensity a little bit here in the second quarter.
And Weidman will pick up his 3rd personal foul. That is the 6th team foul for the Trojans. So Weidman will be on the bench very shortly. The next whistle, he has to come out.
Tommy Silo is waiting to check in for the Lyman Hall Trojans, as he does just now.
Gaetano hits the first and cuts it to 7, 16-9. And the Trojans need Dan Weidman in this game. 3 fouls. And Coach Mike Connor cannot afford to have his senior captain get into trouble and pick up a 4th here in the first half, Eddie. So up come the Trojans. Zach Russo with the ball, works against Thurston. Left side, Silo, working against Pascuzzo. Dempsey, Russo, inside to Laura. Laura puts it up and gets the basket.
Jefferson Laura put a move on number 4, John Songer, for the Sheehan Titans. Got the basket and the foul.
Songer's first personal. Now, this is something that was missing from Lyman Hall's game, Eddie, last time we saw them. Laura was not able to convert inside.
He had difficulty with Cheshire's big people, particularly Tom Larson, as we recall.
And Laura puts the follow-up in. He's got 3 points, and it is now a 9-point lead for the Trojans, 19-10. Pascuzzo, Thurston, looks for a help. That's tipped out of bounds by Silo. Nice defensive play there by Tommy. 5:54 left to go, first half action. Sullivan, McCarver, and Basoli. I'd think of a clever acronym right now, but I cannot. Beestick inbounds it, and it was tapped out by Laura. Now, Beestick has to hold his position. He cannot go right or left. Now, Gaetano will inbound for Beestick. And that's into Beestick. Now back to Gaetano. Three-pointer is up, and that's off the mark. And that'll be a Trojan ball.
Sheehan still somewhat cold on their three-point attempts in this second quarter.
Trojans inbound. Russo brings it up, and he stepped on the sideline. A little body contact, but no call. The officials, these are seasoned officials. I know these guys, Steve Kirk and Charlie Rome, and they will let them play here in the first half. Pascuzzo, Thurston. Outside it goes, Gaetano. Pascuzzo, baseline, inside, out to Thurston, jumper, up and all net, three-pointer.
Matt Thurston is the three-point leader of the Sheehan Titans. That was his 16th of the year.
And the Trojans look long, and it's incomplete, goes out of bounds, and the Titans will inbound. They have cut the lead to 6, 19-13. This is Gaetano. Pascuzzo, back to Gaetano. Inside Pascuzzo, give and go, it was beautiful.
An excellent pass by number 55, Phil Gaetano.
19-15 4-point lead for the Trojans. This is Dempsey, crosses half court. A lot of pushing going on underneath between Songer and Laura. This is Russo, works against Thurston. Laura. Silo. Now Dempsey. Good defense by the Titans.
And you could hear Lyman Hall coach Mike Connor barking out instructions to his club.
Russo works against Thurston. Takes it left side, looks for a pick, doesn't get it. Dempsey, that's tapped by Gaetano. It'll be out of bounds, and it's off Russo. A Titan ball. Pascuzzo brings it up quickly. Gaetano. And they're going to have, yeah, that was a carry. Phil Gaetano will be charged with a carry. That was a good call by our official. Phil saw the opening, delayed, and then wanted to go, and he turned it over.
And what's the old saying, John? He who hesitates is lost.
I don't think I've heard that one.
No.
All right, Silo with the ball as the Trojans bring it up. They are up 4 points, 19-15. You're watching the game on SullivanOneOnOne.com. Don't forget, you can pick up a high-quality DVD copy of this game for only $21.95. And just Laura makes the move on Songer and gets the basket. This is the Jefferson Laura Mike Connors wants. There's no shot, no basket.
Well, when we saw him against Cheshire, he was going against Tom Larson, who is an experienced senior. He is up against two fellow sophomores, Brett Beestick and John Songer, and you just saw the movie put on John Songer before.
We are going to go 1-1 now. In the bonus are the Titans. That foul was on Jimmy Eco. That's the 7th team foul. And I believe Matt Pascuzzo will be going to the line to shoot 1-1. And we do apologize to Matt. We told him off to the side last week. We were calling him Pascuzzi. Now, I was eating breakfast at Jeannie's on East Center Street, and I was accosted by several gentlemen who are fans, and in a friendly way. They said it's Pascuzzo. So sorry about that, Matt, and to his parents as well. And Matt will hit the first.
I was also reminded, John, about Matt Pascuzzo and Tommy like in the farm, silo.
Right.
The I is long, so
That's right.
we apologize for those errors.
Nice job by Matt Pascuzzo. He brings the Titans within 4, 21-17, 4 minutes left to go. First half action from the Shipke Gymnasium. Siloed into Laura. Laura makes the move off the glass, doesn't get it to go. Thurston gets it as it bounces out. Laura, a sophomore, and he is going to be formidable in the next 2 years here at Lyman Hall. This is Thurston. Looks for help. Justin Coons, now Pascuzzo. Coach Gaetano going with the smaller lineup right now. Pascuzzo in the paint off the glass, can't get it to go. Laura, outlet, Russo, left side. Now in the paint, turns off the glass, good.
Excellent move by number 35, Zach Russo. You mentioned the ACL injury that kept him out his entire sophomore year, showing no effects here as a junior.
B-stick three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Dempsey, and Russo will bring it up for the Trojans. 23-17, 6-point lead. Russo from the paint, off the mark. B-stick with the rebound. Off to Pascuzzo. Pascuzzo left side, Papali. Now Coons, Thurston. Takes it in, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dempsey, McCarthy, Laura for the Trojans. Laura takes it inside, off the glass, and good.
And he had no trouble getting by Brett Beestick on that play. Nice move by Jefferson Laura.
7 points by Jefferson Laura here in the second quarter. 25-17, 8-point Trojan lead. Pascuzzo, Thurston, tapped away by Laura. I think he got away with one there as Beestick makes the save. And it's going to be tipped out by the Trojans. Quite an effort by McCarthy and Dempsey to secure that ball.
Yeah, number 25, number 13, respectively, for the home Lyman Hall Trojans. Good hustle, but the ball went out of bounds, and Sheehan will have possession.
So the Titans will inbound. This is Phil Gaetano. 2:13 left to go. Kuntz, three-pointer up off the mark. Titans living and dying on the outside shot right now in the first half. This is Laura. He shoots a three-pointer. And I'm sure Mike Connors wasn't happy with that one. He wants that big man taking it inside. Phil Gaetano, off to Papali. Kuntz, back to Gaetano. Inside it goes. B-stick tap, can't get it to go. And Zach Russo brings it up out to Dempsey. Dempsey drives it, and they're going to call a foul on Johnny Songer. That's Johnny's second. And Dempsey will go to the line to shoot too, Ed.
Well, John Songer, number 4 for Sheehan, went for the ball, but got a little bit more than the ball, and Dempsey will go to the line for the foul shot.
Dempsey misses the first. As Matt Thurston checks out, and checks in, and Songer will check out for the Titans. 25-17, 1:34 left to go, first half action. And a very unfriendly rim to Mr. Dempsey on those two shots, as Justin Kuntz gets it up quickly. Kuntz works the right side. Thurston, he'll put up the three. That's way off the mark. And Jimmy Economopoulos steps on the baseline, and the Trojans will turn it over. Checking in for the Trojans, number 22, Matt Landry. Landry has 3 points in the game, got him in the first quarter. And Ed, you said he is the leader for three-pointers for the Trojans.
He has 10 trays, as they say, this year for Lyman Hall.
Johnny Papali off the mark. Rebound, B-stick can't get it to go. He's falling backwards, and McCarthy brings it up quickly. Jumper by Landry, no good. And Gaetano brings it across half court. Papali, back to Gaetano. Kuntz, Thurston. Papali works against Landry. Now Kuntz, a very stingy man-to-man defense by these Trojans. Now under a minute to go, 25-17. Trojans in the lead. Kuntz Here's the Titans will play for that last shot. They'd like to get it within 5. Phil Gaetano up, no good. It's loose, and Zach Russo brings it up with 30 seconds to go. Up it goes to Landry. He can't find the handle, and the Titans will inbound.
And he had a flying Justin Kuntz over him as he lost that ball.
Eddie, go over there and get Jim Schlosser off our sign at halftime, will you please? Big guy's blocking it. Phil Gaetano, under 20 seconds to go. Titans playing for the last shot. Cross court it goes. Thurston back to Kuntz, top of the key. Johnny Papali, now Kuntz. Now Phil Gaetano with 4 seconds. Looks for the tip, and what a play! It was a beautiful pass by Gaetano to Beestick, and it was a touch shot. And the Titans have closed to within 6 at halftime. We will go to half with your score, the Trojans 25, the Titans 19. Don't forget, we are your source for high school hoops. A lot of great games on our website right now, and they're all on demand, which means they are ready when you're ready. They're there for you, and you can also pick up a very high-quality DVD. Now, don't look at the website and watch the Microsoft Windows media player and say, this is the quality. It's not. You are going to get high-quality DVD. Zach Russo, jumper up and off the mark. Rebounded Songer, and up comes Thurston. 21.95, that's all it is, 21.95, and your DVD will arrive within 2 days. Inside they go to Beestick, off the glass, no good. Songer, rebound, can't get it to go. Laura gets the rebound. So a little more aggressive here in the second half for the Trojans, trying to work it around. Silo, outside Eco, three-pointer up, and good. Jimmy Eco has 2 3-pointers in the game, 6 points, 28-19 now. Trojans in the lead. Third quarter action from the Shipke Gymnasium. And we have some real legends in this gymnasium. Phil Atoshin is here. John Blackie Riccatelli is here as well. A lot of history. Thurston stripped by Silo, gets it to Eco, and now Russo will bring it up. Don't forget, you can watch the game here on SullivanOneOnOne.com, but you can read all about it on MyRecordJournal.com. Russo into Laura, turnaround one-hander, doesn't get it. Gaetano goes for the outlet, but Russo will pick it off. Zach Russo works against Gaetano, and we're going to have a player control foul called against Russo.
That interception by Russo was the second in this young quarter. You saw in the opening play when Beestick went to pass it in, was intercepted by a Lyman Hall player. So Sheehan, besides being cold, being just a bit sloppy here to open quarter number 3.
That is Russo's first foul, first team foul in the second half of this game. Pascuzzo brings it up. Gaetano left side. Gaetano baseline, looks for help, out to Pascuzzo. Pascuzzo in the paint, dishes it off. Songer can't get it to go. Laura with the rebound for the Trojans. Silo off to Russo, and up come the Trojans. Dempsey to Russo. Man-to-man defense. Thurston guarding Russo. Inside to Dempsey, guarded by Beestick. Songer is on Laura right now underneath. A lot of pushing going on underneath, and the referees are letting them play. Laura, that'll be tipped out by Gaetano. Good play by Phil.
And we have yet to see Dan Weidman return to the lineup. Had some foul trouble, but Coach Mike Connor being successful with the lineup he has now, electing to keep Weidman on the bench for a little bit.
Dempsey drives the paint, loses the handle, and he'll pick up a foul as well. That'll be Dempsey's first foul. Second team foul for the Trojans in the second half. Hey, just so everybody knows, we'll make it very clear. We will continue to do these games. We love to bring them to you. But Thurston drains a 3. Nice job by Matt Thurston. He's got 2 3-pointers in the game. But our coming here to Shipke Gymnasium depends on you folks down the road. Russo goes up for the drive, misses it. Laura And that'll be off the foot of Jefferson Laura. It depends on you. If we sell DVDs of this game, we will be back for these games. If we do not sell DVDs, we will not be back. So we love to bring you to games, but we'd love to have your support as well. Sullivan1on1.com. Gaetano goes up for the jumper, and we are going to have a foul. And that'll be called on Brett Beestick.
Well, Jefferson Laura was in perfect position for that rebound, but he had Brett Beestick, number 54, all over him, so the referee did call a foul.
So the Trojans will inbound it. Thurston almost got his hand on the inbound. And Silo brings it up. 5:09 left, 28-22, basket up and good.
Zach Russo.
Zach Russo's got 4 points in the game. Pascuzzo in the paint, off to Gaetano. Gaetano behind the back, goes up off the glass and good.
Nice arcing shot that kissed off the glass for the basket.
6-point lead for the Trojans, 30-24, 4:42 left. Thurston gets the steal, 2-on-1. Thurston takes it in, off the glass, misses it. Gets his own rebound, off to Gaetano. Up, and we'll have a foul. Thurston on a breakaway could not get the rebound to go.
And I'm sure she and head coach Joe Gaetano a little bit disgusted with that play. It was an easy layup. The rock just didn't want to go in.
Gaetano will go to the line. Dempsey picks up his second personal, 13 foul for the Trojans. And that'll be short. 6-point Trojan lead.
And now Dan Weidman, number 12, finally returns to the Lyman Hall lineup, replacing number 35, Zach Russo.
Remember, Weidman has 3 fouls as Gaetano hits the second. Laura with the ball. Trojans being pressured. Down it comes Dempsey, Silo. Dempsey looks inside for Laura. He's double teamed and the ball stolen by Gaetano. Pascuzzo brings it up. And he's using everything, his hands, his knees to dribble it. Inside it goes. Basket's good by Songer.
And an excellent no-look pass by number 55, Phil Gaetano, on that play. She in a little bit of a run now, John.
So the Trojans will inbound. Titans pressuring, 30-27, closest they've been all night, 3 points. Weidman, Dempsey to Silo. Weidman takes it in the paint, off the glass, no good, tipped up, no good by Dempsey. Laura gets the rebound and the basket. 9 points for Laura as Thurston forces it up. It's tipped away and Gaetano controls. Pascuzzo now takes it in the middle and good. Nice job by Pascuzzo. And it's 32-29, 3-point, and it's like a brick wall. The Titans trying to get closer. Eco, 3-pointer up and good. That took 5 minutes to fall into the cylinder. Jimmy Eco with 3 3-pointers in the game, 9 points in total. 35-29. Thurston. Laura. Check that. Gaetano, Pascuzzo. Inside, Beestick off the glass, no good. Songer gets the rebound, no good. Tipped out, Gaetano controls. Pascuzzo goes up for 3, off the mark. Tipped by Thurston, and Laura will pick up the ball off the glass. Silo now brings it up for the Trojans. 2:47 to go, third quarter, 35-29, Trojans in the lead. Weidman to Laura, stolen. Up they come, Thurston can't get it to go. Thurston again can't get it to go. That'll be tipped out on, well, they're gonna say now Gaetano. It looked like Dempsey, but now Gaetano.
This is a very, very frustrating evening for Sheehan senior Matt Thurston, number 1, and as he takes a seat on the bench, Coach Joe Gaetano going over to counsel this senior.
Well, good point. A lot of game left, and Matt has missed 2 breakaways. This is Laura. Basket up and no good. Songer with the rebound, I should say shot up. Pascuzzo brings it up quickly to Kuntz. Back to Pascuzzo, and we'll have a foul called. That'll be against Zach Russo, his second. That'll be the 4th team foul for the Trojans. Phil Gaetano will inbound for the Titans before a packed house here at the Shipke Gymnasium. John Sullivan, Ed McCarver, Bud Basoli bringing you the action on SullivanOneOnOne.com. Pascuzzo, Gaetano. Papali to Kuntz, three-pointer, misses everything. Back inside, nice save by Songer. Looks for help, out to Pascuzzo. Kuntz threw up an air ball and Songer saved it for the Titans. Gaetano back to Kuntz, now Pascuzzo. Papali. Another sophomore for the Titans. Watch Johnny Papali. He's going to develop into a great player here at Mark T. Sheehan. There's Papali. Can't get it to go, a little bit short, and Laura gets the rebound, and we'll have a timeout called by Mike Connor. With your score, the Trojans 35, the Titans 29. All right, off the timeout, the Trojans will inbound the ball. It's 35-29, 132 left to go. Eddie, every time the Titans come back, they can't break the three-point barrier.
They haven't been able to do that. They've come close. They've had a couple of nice runs, but as you mentioned, not able to crack that tray barrier that they have in front of them.
McCarthy in the game now, gets it to Russo, double team. McCarthy brings it up, gets it to Eco. It's a 3-on-1, and they throw it away. It was a nice job bringing the ball up by the Trojans. And Jimmy Eco put a great spin move on and just could not connect on the pass.
Yeah, and a little disgusted with himself is young Mr. Economopoulos.
Pascuzzo to Kuntz up the middle, can't get it to go. Kuntz on a nice drive, but the ball was just short. They're not falling for the Titans tonight. They're down 6 with 1:11 to go. This is Eco, feeds it out to McCarthy, looks for help, back to Eco. Now inside to Russo, works against Kuntz, turnaround, jumper off glass, good. Russo with 6 points now in the game as Johnny Papali takes it down, drops it off to Pascuzzo, under a minute to go. Phil Gaetano with the ball, covered by Russo. Pascuzzo in the paint, goes up, and that's slapped away by Jefferson Laura.
And that is what happens, John, when 5'7" Pascuzzo meets 6'7" Jefferson Laura.
Pascuzzo trying to penetrate, trying to get some fouls, and trying to make it happen in there for the Titans. Gaetano, 5 seconds to get it in, gets it to Pascuzzo. Outside Papali, back to Pascuzzo. Cross court it goes. Phil Gaetano, three-pointer up, and no good, and we've got a foul. That'll be on Jefferson Laura, and Phil Gaetano will go to the line to shoot 3 foul shots.
He was beyond that three-point stripe when he was hit by Jefferson Laura, so he'll have 3 chances to make it up at the charity stripe.
So with 35 seconds to go, the Titans are down 8. Gaetano with an opportunity to bring him within 5. He hits the first. Dempsey set to check in for the Trojans. And Gaetano hits the second. Now Dempsey will come in and McCarthy will check out. 35 seconds to go. Mike Connors playing the big men underneath in the first spots. And Gaetano gets the roll in the basket, so Phil is 3 for, check that. Phil is 6 for 7 from the line. There's a drive and a basket by Russo.
Very nice, almost coast-to-coast move by number 35, Zach Russo, as he gets the basket and the foul, a chance for a 3-point play.
Johnny Papali on the foul. Zach Russo has 6 points here in the third quarter. It's a 39-32 game. And Russo hits. So down come the Titans. They are down 8 points, 40-32. 21 seconds left. Kuntz with the ball. Pascuzzo. Papali out to Gaetano. Gets the pick. 3-pointer up, in and out. Rebounded by Dempsey for the Trojans. Outlet to Russo. Russo works the top of the key, covered by Kuntz. Turnaround, jumper up, no good. And the clock will expire. Your score at the end of 3 quarters of play from the Shipke Gymnasium. The Trojans 40, the Titans 32. Well, welcome back to the Shipke Gymnasium. John Sullivan, Ed McCarver. Sullivan one-on-one on-demand video. Bud Basoli with us, our videographer this evening, as always. 4th quarter action from the Shipke Gymnasium. It's 40-32. Trojans in the lead. They'll inbound it to begin the 4th quarter. Eddie, again, what do the Titans have to do to be successful here?
Well, they need to get as warm as this unseasonably warm evening is. Their shooting is very cold. They're doing good with their defense, but they need to get hot with the shot.
The Titans now very aggressive, double teaming on the defense. This is Silo to Eco. Eco looking inside, nothing there, back outside to Silo. Mike Connor looking for win number 6 and looking to go 3-1 in the division. This is Laura. Dempsey inside to Russo, and we're gonna have a foul call. That was a good call by our official Charlie Rome. That'll be charged to Justin Kuntz, number 2.
Justin Kuntz, the 5'8" junior, call for that foul.
3rd team foul for the Titans. Silo will inbound it for the Trojans. Gets it to Eco. Eco outside, Zach Russo with the ball. Covered by Pascuzzo, and now double teamed by Gaetano. Out to Eco, somebody's open, and he is. Silo with the jumper, no good. Silo gets his own rebound off the glass, can't get it to go. Laura off the glass, good! Jefferson Laura, and this is again what Mike Connors wants from him. Phil Gaetano goes up, Laura with the block. Eco brings it up. 42-32, 10-point lead now. Silo wide open.
Lyman Hall is starting to pull away now.
And Joe Gaetano has seen enough. He'll take a timeout with 6:54 left in the game. You're watching High School Hoops, Sullivan1on1.com.
And Jefferson Laura in particular, number 45 for Lyman Hall, the young sophomore who last year played small forward for Alfred Smith School in the Bronx, transferred over to Wallingford, and now having a good sophomore year and starting to develop, as they say.
Pascuzzo, B-stick, Pascuzzo. Gaetano works against Russo. Inside the B-stick, off the glass, good! We got a foul. And that'll be charged to Zach Russo, number 35. That's his 3rd.
Lyman Hall foul on Zach Russo, his 3rd.
And B-stick will go to the line to shoot 1 and try to close the gap to 9. 44-34. Trojans in the lead as Songer gets set to check in. B-stick hits the shot. And Songer will check in for the Titans, and Justin Kuntz will check out.
Well, Coach Gaetano trying to get some height into that lineup as they attempt to make a run here in quarter number 4.
Trojans inbound it. Russo gets it to Dempsey. Dempsey, Silo. Eco. Inside it goes to Dempsey. And that's slapped by B-stick, but Laura gets the rebound, and he did travel. That's a great call by Charlie Rome.
Well, he tried to muscle his way around, but the young sophomore, number 45, was called for steps by the referee.
A little shuffle off to Buffalo. Here's Pascuzzo to Gaetano. 6:13 left to go. 44-35, Trojans in the lead. You're watching High School Hoops on Sullivan1on1.com. Phil Gaetano had a wide open lane, passes it off, Songer. And that's what you gotta like about Phil Gaetano. He has a great awareness of where everyone is on the court. Silo gets the lane, takes it, and takes the basket. And that has happened all night long. Every time the Titans score, the Trojans come right back with their own. Laura picks up the loose ball off the Silo, 5:34 left, 46-37. 9-point lead for the Trojans as the clock continues to wind down. Gaetano, Silo throws it up, no good, rebounded by Songer, and we're gonna have a foul called, and that'll be charged to Dempsey.
Lyman Hall head coach Mike Connor leaped about 10 feet in the air when that whistle blew.
Third personal foul.
And you can see him talking to official Steve Kirk on that play.
Well, Marty Russo not happy. They call Marty very animated, shaking his head. And Mike doing his best to work the referees. It is 1-1. It'll be bonus time for the Sheehan Titans throughout the rest of this game. And Songer will shoot 1-1. Songer with 8 points so far in the game. And that's no good because that hit the cable up above. And when it hits the cable up above, the official does exactly what Steve Kirk did, whistles it dead.
Joe Gaetano not too pleased as
well, there's nothing
see
Joe
him,
can do.
yeah.
Joe knows.
Yeah.
Joe's just, you know what? Joe is more or less saying, I think he's frustrated because his luck hasn't been going too well tonight. He knows that when it hits the cable, it's a dead ball. Eco works against Pascuzzo. Russo works against Thurston. Laura, Silo. Laura in the paint, up, no good. Tipped, and the Titans get it back in. Beestick with the ball up to Pascuzzo. We got a 3-on-1. Let's see what they do. Off to Gaetano. No good. Laura with the rebound. And now we got a 2-on-2 as the Trojans will slow it up. Silo. No hurry for the Trojans. I mean, they've got to take time off this clock. Silo, three-pointer, and that's good. In front of the hometown crowd. Silo, 7 points in the fourth quarter. 49-37, 4:30 to go in the game. Three-pointer, Gaetano, no good. This is not what Joe Gaetano wants. And we've got I don't know what we've got.
Well, Zach Russo, number 35, ran into Phil Gaetano, number 55. The young Gaetano went flying.
Double foul on the play. For Lyman Hall, fouls on Zach Russo, his fourth. And for Sheehan, number 55, Phil Gaetano, his second.
So Russo
Possession will go.
will pick up a foul, as will Gaetano on that double foul. And we'll have a foul underneath. And that'll be charged to Dempsey. That's Dempsey's fourth.
The free throw line for Sheehan.
And Eddie, just a word here on the foul situation. Dempsey has 4, Russo has 4 for the Trojans. So they're in foul trouble as well as the bonus. They're going to be in double bonus if they give up one more foul. It's 49-37, a 12-point Trojan lead with 4:17 to go in the game.
And Jefferson Laura, who just took a seat moments ago, is back at the scorer's table ready to check in.
Pascuzzo with the ball. He'll shoot 2. Check that. He'll shoot 1 and 1. I'm sorry. I thought it was a shooting foul. Silo up to Eco, crosses half court. Covered by Kuntz. Phil Gaetano on the bench. Picked by McCarthy. Russo, Eco. Back to McCarthy. 3:55 to go. There's going to come a point within the next minute and a half or so that the Titans will have to foul to try to get the ball back as the Trojans start taking time off the clock. Now, as long as they're closely guarded, Eddie, they got to keep moving the ball. Zach Russo in the lane, and we'll have a foul called. And I believe that's going to be on Matt Thurston, his first 15 foul for the Titans. And Joe Gaetano has seen enough. Your score with 3:35 left to go in the game. The Trojans 49, the Titans 37. More high school hoops right after this. All right, back at Shipke Gymnasium. Hey, folks, don't forget, Sullivan1on1.com sells high-quality DVDs of this game. You can get all the action right here at Sullivan1on1.com. They make great gifts. They are great mementos. What a way to say we really support our team. Buying a DVD, and it also brings us back here to do more games. Zach Russo at the line, and that's in and out. So pick up a high-quality DVD of this game, and you'll have a little piece of Wallingford history here in 2008. Russo hits the second. Coming in for the Trojans, Dan Beckwith, number 21.
Dan Beckwith at 5'9", a member of the senior class, seeing his first action tonight.
And Danny comes in and he'll cover Justin Coombs. So it is 50-37 now, a 13-point lead for the Trojans. And you know what, we talked about the quality on the website. Well, you're looking through a Windows Media Player, but I'll tell you what, I have DVD copies of all the games we've done, and there's nothing better than plopping it in and checking it out on a widescreen. Plus, set your TV to 1080 resolution, and it's an incredible picture.
It is just a marvelous, marvelous picture. What you see on the website does not do justice to the actual quality of the production you do see on the DVDs.
And we cannot keep coming out for free. We do need your support. $21.95 for DVDs, and we'll be more than happy to keep coming out and bringing you this great high school hoop action. This is Thurston to Pascuzzo, 3:32 left to go in the game. Gaetano, as now the Trojans step up the defense. Beckwith inside Gaetano, and we'll have a foul. No shot. It happened on the floor, according to Steve Kirk. And it's going to be charged to Silo, number 10. He's got 2 fouls. Double bonus now. So I believe he'll be shooting 2. And Gaetano hits the first. Now the referee held up 1 finger, but 10 fouls is double bonus time. So for the rest of the game, any fouls on the Trojans, and the Titans go to the line to shoot 2.
David Dempsey, number 13, is checked back in for Lyman Hall.
Gaetano hits first. Dempsey will inbound it to Silo. And it's stolen by Gaetano off the glass. Easy basket. Phil Gaetano picked the pocket of Silo and got the basket and closed the gap to 9 with 3:09 left. 50-41. Now Russo works against Kuntz, crosses half court. Pascuzzo trying to double team. Eco with the ball. Inside to Laura. Laura works against Beestick, and Beestick fouls him. And Laura will go to the line to shoot 2.
Brett Beestick, number 54, pleading his case to referee Steve Kirk, but not the case as he's called for the foul.
These officials have done a very good job in this game. They represent Board 10, and we have 2 of the veterans here in Steve Kirk and Charlie Rome. Laura, basket up and in. Jefferson Laura having the kind of game he needs to have if the Lyman Hall Trojans are going to continue to have a good season. They're 5-2. They're 2-1 in the division. And with this young man only being a sophomore, he has a very bright future ahead here at Lyman Hall. Laura hits the second. Now we watched him at Cheshire. Thurston. And that ball is picked off by Beckwith, and we'll have a foul.
And Danny Beckwith, who just came into the contest, gets a nice hand from the appreciative crowd. Danny, number 21, a popular player with the fans here at the Shipke Gymnasium.
Well, Danny with an opportunity to land himself in the box score. He'll shoot 1-1 as now the Titans are in the bonus. So it'll be 1-1. That's a little hard. Oh, he almost gets the bounce. That'll be tipped out of bounds, and it'll be a Sheehan ball. So it's an 11-point lead for the Trojans.
An 11-point lead, but Coach Mike Connor still as animated as ever.
Thurston. Pascuzzo. Off it goes. Justin Coons, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded. Gaetano throws it back in, and Beckwith comes up with it. And now we're going to have a foul called on Phil Gaetano. That'll be Phil's 3rd foul. That'll be the 8th team foul for the Titans. And going to the line to shoot 1-1 will be Tommy Silo for the Trojans.
Tom Silo to the foul line for the Trojans.
2:25 left. It's an 11-point lead for the Trojans, 52-41. That's in and out as McCarthy gets the rebound, and they're going to call it travel. That's a good call by Steve Kirk. The fans don't like it, but what happened was McCarthy went up in the air and came down with the ball, and that's going to be called a travel every time. Pascuso brings it up quickly. Goes up off the glass, cannot get it to go, and he's fouled. And let's see who the foul is on. It'll be charged to Jimmy Economopoulos. There you go, number 5. Second personal for Jimmy.
Both these teams play in the Housatonic division of the Southern Connecticut Conference, and following tonight's contest, Lyman Hall will travel to Shelton to play the Gales, while Sheehan will host the Amity Spartans. So some key division games coming up for both these clubs.
Yeah, and those are tough games. Those are not easy games. Pascuso hits them both as the Titans step up the defense. 52-43, they're down 9. It's stolen by Justin Kuntz. Basket good. And Mike Connors has seen enough. He'll take a timeout with 2:13 left to go in the game. Well, welcome back to the Shifke Gymnasium. John Sullivan, Ed McCarver, Bud Basoli here at Sullivan1on1.com. Trojans will inbound it. They are up 52-45. And a quick foul by Brett Beestick will send Jefferson Laura to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Fourth personal foul for Beestick. 2:12 left to go. It's a 7-point lead for the Trojans. Titans have come as close as 3. And every time they get close, the Trojans come roaring back.
They were within 3 points in quarter number 3, but as you mentioned, that was as close as they have come.
I think that's the first shot I've seen Jefferson Laura miss tonight from the foul line. Pascuso takes it in the paint, off to Gaetano. 2 minutes left in the game, 52-45. As Kuntz looked for Pascuso underneath. It'll be a Trojan ball.
Pascuso had a step on number 5, Jimmy Economopoulos, on that play, but the pass just whistled right by him.
So the Trojans will inbound it. Dempsey. Russo. Quick foul by Matt Thurston. That's his second. And we are now shooting double bonus for the Trojans. Russo will go to the line to shoot 2.
Matt Thurston, his second personal foul. Lyman Hall now with a 2-shot bonus. Zach Russo to the foul line from Lyman Hall.
And Zach hits the first. Checking in for the Titans, Beestick. For the Trojans, Mike McCarthy. 53-45. 1:57 left to go. And we've got more substitutions we do. I don't know who came in, but it is a 54-45 lead for the Trojans with under 2 minutes to go. Pascuso brings it up quick. Phil Gaetano, 3-pointer, up and good!
3-point basket, Phil Gaetano.
Up quickly comes Eco, 54-48. This one's going to go right down to the wire. This is Eco. Silo, jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound, tipped by Laura. And we'll have a foul called on Pascuso. And Eco will go to the line to shoot 2.
And a nice move by Tommy Silo as he got that rebound. Instead of taking the shot again, elected to give it to Economopoulos, run more time off the clock. And as you saw, Eco fouled on that play. Will return to the charity stripe.
Eco will shoot 2, double bonus time. And misses the first. Jimmy having a good game for the Trojans tonight. He's got 3 3-pointers, and they came at critical times when the Titans were starting to close in. Jimmy answered. And Jimmy hits the second. Gaetano on the drive, off the glass, no good. Laura with the rebound. And now Eco, and we're going to have a foul call. That'll be on Beestick. And that may be all for Brett Beestick tonight. That's his 5th personal foul.
Sheehan foul on number 54, Brett Beestick. That's his 5th personal foul.
And I'm not sure what's happening. Looks like we'll have a timeout with 1:19 All right, off the timeout. John Sullivan, Ed McCarver, Bud Basoli. Want to say hello to everybody watching overseas, especially members of our military who may be tuning in on SullivanOneOnOne.com. Don't forget, we're only a few mouse clicks away no matter where you are, Iraq, Afghanistan, anywhere overseas. You can check out the games here at SullivanOneOnOne.com from your hometown. Jimmy Economopoulos hits the first one. And don't forget, high-quality DVDs make great gifts. And you can pick up a DVD for just $21.95 by dropping us an email at sullivan101.com. Eco hits a second. Pascuso brings it up. And we'll have a foul called with 1:15 left to go. And that foul is on Jimmy Eco. That's Jimmy's 3rd personal. And Pascuso will go to the line to shoot 2.
The remaining 2 minutes of this contest seems like 15 or 20 as the teams trade fouls.
Pascuso hits the first. Eddie, I've been watching high school basketball for a long time now. We've been covering the games for a while. I've never seen any player bring a ball up faster than Matt Pascuso.
He is very, very quick. He's only a junior.
Pascuso hits them both. And the Titans are within 7 as they get it in. Russo works against Kuntz, and he stepped. No, they're going to say he turned the ball over. He palmed the ball, and it'll be a Titan ball in front of their own bench with 1:12 to go.
And this time you could see Sheehan head coach Joe Gaetano applaud the referee's decision.
57-50, 7-point lead, double bonus both teams. Beestick is fouled out for the Titans. Pascuso. Gaetano back out to Pascuso. 3-pointer. Good! Pascuso hits a 3. Joe Gaetano takes a timeout with just under a minute to go. And the score is the Trojans 57, the Titans 53. Unbelievable shot, and we would expect no less when these two teams come onto the hard court.
I know it's a cliche, John.
We're going to keep going? Okay, let's keep going.
I know it's a cliche. You can throw the record books out the window, although both these teams are even overall, 5-2. Lyman Hall 2-1 in the division. Sheehan 1-1, but just when we thought Lyman Hall was pulling away with the way they started this 4th quarter, Sheehan came roaring back, and we still have a ball game. Sheehan down by 4 points to the host, the Lyman Hall Trojans.
We sure do. Hey, don't forget, Sullivan101.com is just not all about sports. We have a political blog, and we also have internet radio. You can check all that out, Sullivan101.com. On-demand video, on-demand audio, and internet radio live. So the Trojans will inbound the ball. Now, Dempsey will have the entire baseline, Eddie. He can go back and forth, does not have to hold his position. We've got under a minute to go. Both teams in the double bonus. 4-point lead for the Trojans. Dempsey will inbound. Very tight man-to-man defense. Quick foul. Gaetano on Russo. And Phil Gaetano picks up his 4th and will come down to the Trojan side of the court and shoot 2.
With Brett Beestick fouled out, 6'4" sophomore number 4 John Songer has the unenviable assignment of covering at Jefferson Laura for Lyman Hall.
Russo misses the first. And misses the second. Thurston brings it down. Pascuso brings it up. Under a minute to go. Big 3-pointer by Thurston. Can't get the bounce. It's tipped out of bounds by Laura. And the Titans are still alive. McCarthy checks in. Russo checks out. Phil Gaetano will inbound. Out it goes to Justin Kuntz. Three-pointer by Phil Gaetano, and that one was way out there. And we're going to have a foul called. That'll be called on Phil Gaetano, and that may be all for Phil Gaetano in this game, Ed.
Well, if it is, he will join Brett Beestick, who fouled out a few moments earlier. Now Phil Gaetano, number 55, is fouled out for the Sheehan club.
So the Titans take another quick timeout as Phil Gaetano heads for the bench and joins Brett Beestick. 57-53, 4-point lead for the Trojans. Again, the Titans got as close as 3 and could not close that gap as Jimmy Eco sunk some three-pointers. You're going to look at some of our cheerleaders here, and they are just all wonderful. We have both schools' cheerleaders here with us in the gymnasium because we have a doubleheader tonight. Happens twice a year, folks. This game is being played at the Shipke Gymnasium. Next month, I believe, we'll go over to the Sheehan Gym.
The rematch will be 30 days from today, February 8th, over at the West Side High School, Sheehan.
That gives Chrissy Medancy 30 days to get cushions for the hard bleachers that we're sitting on right now. As Laura goes to the line to shoot 2. And Laura hits the first. Laura having himself a very Jefferson Laura type game tonight. Only a sophomore. And if you want to compare him to what he means on this team to a pro team, well, think of A-Rod on the Yankees. That's what Jefferson Laura means to Mike Connor's Trojans. Down quickly come the Titans, and Zach Russo will pick up a foul. And that will be Zach's 5th foul, and he'll have a seat on the bench.
Yeah, Zach Russo tumbled into number 2, Justin Kuntz for Shane, and very quickly called for the foul, his 5th foul, and Kuntz will go to the foul line.
Marty Russo not happy with that foul. Not happy at all. I guess that's his son, so we could yell at him like that, right?
I'm sure the discussion will continue long after the ball game.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, be back. Well, I don't know. We got time? No, we don't have time for a break. We have only had a, that was a short timeout, 58-53. 5-point lead for the Trojans. And out they come.
Justin Kuntz to the free throw line.
Justin Kuntz will go to the line. He'll shoot 2, double bonus. And Kuntz hits the first. Justin Kuntz, a junior, 5'8", always in the thick of it somewhere, some way, somehow is he. Timeout called by the Trojans, and will take a timeout with 30 seconds left in the game. It's the Trojans 58, the Titans 55. Welcome back to the Shipke Gymnasium. John Sullivan, Edward Carver, Bud Basoli bringing you all the action. 58-55, Trojans up 3 as the crowd gives their team a round of applause. With 30.4 seconds in, Trojans will inbound it. Dempsey, he's got the baseline to run. Gets it in safely to Eco. Eco to Dempsey. And he'll be fouled by Justin Kuntz and go to the line to shoot 2. 58-55, Titans need the ball back. They're only down 3. Kuntz will pick up his 2nd. Check that, his 3rd according to the scorer's table. Dempsey will shoot 2.
And David Dempsey, number 13, who in kind of a quiet way had a very solid performance tonight for Lyman Hall.
And he'll hit the first. Little insurance there for the Trojans. And Mike Connors, I love to watch him. He shows up in an Armani suit, and before you know it, the jacket's off, but the tie's still good. Then the cuffs are unbuttoned, and then the tie's, it's loosened up. Johnny Papali, Pascuzzo trying to penetrate. Off it goes. Thurston. 14 seconds. They need to get a shot off. They're not getting it. And we're going to have a travel called on Pascuzzo. And you know what, Eddie? It was good defense that caused that. Very, very good defense.
Particularly by number 10, Tommy Silo, who was guarding Matt Thurston as he tried his three-pointer. Yeah. And then Eco guarding Gaetano.
When you can't get a pass, it's one thing. Oh, there's a ball picked off by Johnny Papali. Pascuzzo inside. Justin Kuntz good. And we'll have a quick timeout taken by Joe Gaetano. But good defense by the Trojans. The Titans could just not get a shot off. That's how in the face they were of those Titan ball handlers.
Well, they were looking for the three-pointer. You saw the shooters were behind the arc shooting for the three-pointer, but excellent defense, including Economopoulos, number 5, and number 10, Tommy Silo. Frustrated Sheehan, but they managed to get the basket, and here we are again. Can they crack that three-point deficit?
Shot at the Sheehan cheerleaders. And, well, it was a failed attempt. I don't know what happened there. I could do that one. But what you saw the Lyman Hall girls do across the floor, I couldn't do that one. So a packed house here at Shipke Gymnasium. You're watching exclusive high school hoops action on Sullivan101.com. On-demand video, we got game yours. And tonight, it's the Trojans and the Titans. 60-57, the Titans, not many shots have dropped for them tonight. A couple of breakaways missed by Matt Thurston. A lot of outside shots did not fall. So a very un-Titan-like offense.
Yeah, this has not been one of their better performances this evening, despite what the final score will be.
Eco gets it in. He's quickly fouled. And Johnny Papali will be charged with that foul, number 12. And we'll go down the other end, and Jimmy Eco will shoot 2. You know, there's not many inmates on death row who have had as much time left that it's taken this fourth quarter to play out. I got to tell you. Even after appeals, this fourth quarter has lasted an eternity.
Yes, it has.
And Joe Gaetano is now having a discussion with Steve Kirk, our referee. And Jimmy Eco will go to the line to shoot 2. Jimmy, the son of Sue and Nicky Economopoulos. Sue, a school teacher at DAG, and Eco, of course, a town counselor. And Eco gets the roll and the basket.
And that perhaps a little insurance for the Lyman Hall Trojans.
Now I'm looking at Mike Connors, and I told you he starts dressing down as the game goes on. He's got something written on this T-shirt inside his dress shirt, and I only hope it says, "Watch this game." It's Sullivan101.com. Down come the Titans. There's the last shot by Thurston. It's a good one, but it's too little, too late, as the Titans do crack 3 points, but lose the game 61-60 before a packed house here at the Shipke Gymnasium. We are going to run. We hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage of high school hoops. Your final score, the Lyman Hall Trojans 61, Sheehan Titans 60. For Ed McCarver, Bud Basoli, John Sullivan. So long,